Hi guys, I'm back with another video. Today I want to talk about the 3 types of food that I feed my African cichlids. And I wanted to make this video for anyone who's new in the hobby, who may be looking for a good quality food to feed their fish, and also for anybody who follows along on my YouTube channel who may be curious as to what I feed my group of fish. So the 3 types of food that I use in my setup are the Omega-1 Super Color Tropical Fish Flakes, the Extreme Cichlid Peewee, and the New Life Spectrum Cichlid Formula. So I'm just going to move into the fish room and we'll talk a little bit more detail about each type of food. So let's first talk about the Omega-1 Super Color Tropical Fish Flake. This food I feed to my newborn fry, and I keep them on this food until they're about 1 inch in length. This stuff was actually recommended by a couple other hobbyists on YouTube, and they use it in their fish room, and they use it for their fry. And I find this stuff works really well. I've been using it for quite a while. Just got to grind it up really small, and the fish seem to really like it, and they grow nice and fast. This stuff is pretty cheap to buy. You get 148 grams, really nice big container, and lasts quite a long time. So let's move on and we'll talk a little bit about the Extreme. So here's the Extreme, and this is the 1.5 millimeter Cichlid Peewee. This is a great food. I've only been feeding it for about the last 5 months or so. But I've noticed some really nice color in the fish that are eating this food. And I just wanted to point out, I have a wild-caught group of Elongatus leucoma. There's the male there. And it's the females that I actually wanted to point out for you. They're just coming into the picture here. There's one right there. I've had these fish for about 1.5 months, and when I first got them, the females were really dull looking. They were pretty, but they didn't have a really nice bright yellow. And since I've been feeding them the Extreme Cichlid Peewee, I've really noticed an improvement in their color. And they've gotten a lot brighter, and the yellows have come out a lot more in them. And this food I highly recommend. It's excellent food, and it's relatively cheap as well. So if you're looking for a good quality food, definitely recommend the Extreme. So let's move on and we'll talk about the NLS. Alright, so here we are at my main display tank. And in this tank I'm feeding these guys the New Life Spectrum Cichlid Formula. Really love this food. I've been using it for a long time. Always have healthy, colorful fish. The only downfall to this food is the price. I find it a little bit expensive, and so that's why I'm only feeding it here in my 75. And in the fish room, I switched over to the Extreme. Definitely, probably one of the best, if not the best, fish foods on the market. I think a lot of people would agree with that. But a close second would definitely be the Extreme. However, I just can't seem to convince myself to switch over to the Extreme completely. I'm just going to keep this tank on the New Life Spectrum for now because that's what they're used to, and it's such a great food. So let's move along and we'll just wrap things up. So there you have it. There's a look at the foods that I'm feeding my African cichlids. I hope I was able to help anybody out there who may be looking for a good quality food to feed their fish. And as always, I enjoy your feedback, so please don't forget to comment, hit that like button, and subscribe for all the latest updates.